How powerful is Cox Fiber? Powerful enough to keep fans across the country in the action on the biggest game days of the year. Whether you're one of 65,000 fans at Allegiant Stadium or you're streaming the game at home with Cox Fiber from the company with America's fastest download speeds, whenever it matters most, Cox keeps you connected. Limited availability in select areas. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data. Fixed median download speeds. US Q3 2023.
Stand by for an urgent bulletin.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
So I feel like I'm a kind of a local hero.
It's all fun on top.
Jeff Lutz.
I'm about to start winning some awards.
You're living in a world of make-believe with flowers and bells and leprechauns and magic frogs with funny little hats.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Are you ready? Let's go!
We are back. It's hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show, KFH Radio. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz co-hosting. Up to 24 degrees outside. That's as warm as we've been for a while. Another even warmer day on tap for tomorrow. And then some cold coming again on Friday, I'm told, by some people who seem to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but it's not going to – I think it's Thursday, actually, and then it will start
it's Friday.
Warming up Friday. And then we get warm, not warm, but we'll be in the 40s for a long time, and then hopefully just increases from there. But you never know. February could be cold. March can be cold. April at times.
Well, we hope that there's some warmth in February because we start playing some baseball practices for sure. So Thursday's high 35, low Thursday night 7, the high Friday 20, the low Friday night 3. But we don't sustain that cold through the daytime. It gets into the 20s, and then a gradual warm up, as the weather people like to say out at Storm Track 4. What is it?
Don't act like you don't know, because you do.
Do they like me out at KWCH?
No one has ever said a word.
Does anyone ever talk about me?
Never.
Why is that?
What would they say? No, they don't know who you are.
You would like, don't you? Do they know you do a radio show?
I don't know how many people know that.
Do you ever talk about it?
No, not really.
Does anybody ever ask you about it?
Not really.
You ever brag about me or tell them?
No.
Well, why not?
It's not that guy. I'm not a guy just going to bring up stuff. If someone asks me about it,
So
hey.
there's not a curiosity out there about how this show works.
No one knows who you are. That's what I'm saying. My boss, my news director came in from Illinois. He has no idea who you are. These young reporters who are just getting into the business, no, they don't know who you are. I don't know after that. I think, the veterans do. We've got a lot of veterans.
Who are some of the veterans?
Well, it's the glue that holds our newsroom together. Rob Marin, Rob Shunn, Jen Searle, and Angela Smith.
Well, maybe those people ought to start talking a little bit more about me.
I'll see what I can do.
I don't want to just die out here. I got to keep the flame alive. When you're telling me that none of the young people even care about you, don't know who you are, couldn't care less.
I think outside of one reporter, maybe those are the only people still there from when I started.
Really?
Yes. And some photographers.
Michael Schwanke.
Yeah, Schwanke. I'm talking about just in my morning crew, but yeah. And there's some producers. But yeah.
I've worked with a video guy out there, a cameraman, video person.
George Taylor?
Name another one.
Casey Lowmiller?
Name another one.
We got Bert Harry.
Name another one.
I think that's basically it. Well, Brandon Stitt does some camera stuff. Roman Campa does.
No. This is a video guy.
When was this?
He did a video for us. Maybe he's in more promotions or something like that. But a nice kid and did a fantastic job.
Well, if it's a kid.
Not kid. Everybody's a kid to me.
It wasn't Dominic. Gauna, I believe. I don't know.
I think that might be it.
He's our promotions guy.
That might be it. I'm not sure. Don't know.
We call him Dom around the office.
That might be him.
Might be. Sounds like something he would
They
participate
still have somebody
in.
sitting at the entrance out there, a receptionist.
Sometimes, not always.
How do you get in that building now? You used to have to ring a.
You just call us.
I have to call you. I
Yeah.
can't just ring in.
I don't think anybody receives that. We have someone who sits up there sometimes.
Is there a little lobby area there?
Yeah.
Do they still have pictures of some of the people up there?
I believe so. I haven't been in the lobby in a while.
Is there a place that honors the personalities of the past? Do you hang some
Yeah,
photos?
of course.
So Cindy Close, there's a photo that I can see.
I'm not sure, to
of
be
Cindy
honest.
Close. When I go to KWCH and Roger Cornish and
I don't know, to be honest. I assume there might be some in the great room, but again, I haven't been in there in a long time.
even going way back, the Cecil Carriers of the world,
I don't know about Cease.
and some of the sports people they had there, the Gus Greebies.
No, there's no sign of Gus around there anywhere.
Well, I would make sure to honor Gus Greeby. I go way back.
I understand, but not everybody does.
There was a sports guy named Heaps, Tom Heaps. I think way back.
Sure.
Well, I'm trying to talk some history
But,
about.
the core four of Channel 12 for most of my lifetime was Cindy, Roger, Bruce, and Merrill.
Well, I'll tell you
that was
this
the
right
group.
now. The history of the Wichita Eagle used to mean something. I'm not sure it does anymore. I'll tell you right now. Did I just say that? You can go to wherever their office is, and there's no picture hanging of some of the people who.
Does there need to be?
I don't know. Do you honor your past?
I don't know.
Well, what
With a picture, I mean, I wouldn't want my picture up
Oh, do
anywhere.
do you honor your past? We used to have an
We have the
alumni
Kim
group
Seti
at the
Award.
Wichita Eagle that we invited in every month, and it was fun. I mean, you got a lot of people that made that place great.
Right.
And now,
As long as you continue those.
you know how many times I've heard from people. I'm talking about. I still have friends at the Eagle, a few, not very many, because there's not very many who work there. But you want to know how many times the Wichita Eagle has reached out to me since I retired to say, "Hey, we're going to have some pizza. Why don't you come down and join us?" Or
Well,
things
that stuff doesn't
things
happen.
you used to do for retirees.
No, nobody did that.
My dad, after he retired from Beach, they invited him back periodically
For what?
for a lunch or something to honor the retirees, man.
Oh God, I can't. I would just hate that. Come
I'm
back
not
and
saying
come
I'd
back and
go.
have some pizza. Ugh.
I'm not saying I'd go,
Oh my goodness.
but we did have a Wichita Eagle reunion last summer, but it wasn't organized by anybody at the Wichita Eagle. It was organized kind of at the grassroots level.
By former Eagle people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something.
I mean,
Again-
that's part of your that's part of life.
How many people work at the Eagle?
I don't know, but you just fold the
have-
tent.
You have who's the opinion guy?
Dion Leffler, you got
Yeah, I was gonna
Denise, you got Carrie Ringers, you got
Taylor.
a couple photographers, you got Taylor, you got a couple 3 news reporters, and
Chance Swaim still hanging out.
that's about it. In the heyday, that newsroom was filled with 130 people. Can you imagine?
Bustling.
We had 5 news associates. News associates.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds incredible.
Yeah.
What's a news associate?
They handled, the stuff that
See, you
the
don't even know.
reporters didn't handle, like the wedding announcements, the deaths, the things like that.
Obituaries and stuff
Yeah,
like
back
that.
in the day, I'm talking.
There's 5 of them.
Yeah, 3 were there during the day. Then you had a couple at night.
It's crazy. Whatever happened to Arliss Davenport?
Don't worry about Arliss Davenport. I'm on a roll right now.
I'm just asking.
Arliss Davenport is one of the brightest people I've ever known. He was our book editor and did the book page every Sunday. Every Sunday we had a page devoted to books.
It's crazy.
Can you imagine that?
I don't know, man. That's how That's how
We
the
had a
news was
page-
delivered.
We had a page devoted to travel.
You got a movie critic.
We had a movie
Isn't
critic.
that crazy? Can you even imagine that?
And a movie critic whose work Wichitans couldn't wait to read, by the way, Bob Curtright.
Curtright. He had multiple columnists, not just sports.
No, we had a Metro columnist. Yeah. A lot of things have changed.
You had Fred Mann doing what he did.
He was a sports columnist
Yeah.
for a while. What do you mean doing what he did?
And then he went over and did other stuff. He became like general
No,
assignment.
and then he became the K-State beat writer.
After
for a while.
Really?
Yes,
After he was a columnist?
that's correct.
Crazy.
And then he moved to the news side.
Yeah, great journalists, all of them that we've mentioned.
I guess I hearken back to the day. You know, here we sit in
You love to
2000.
hark back.
Here we sit in 2024, and it's much different, not better. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Jeff has a game. We've got Steve Eck from Capon who will join us at 3:40. Preview their game tonight at Heights. Both teams undefeated. This is the kind of game that back in the day would have received all kinds of hype. Now you got to search to know where it is. But that's the way of the world. Back in a minute.
How powerful is Cox Fiber? Powerful enough to keep fans across the country in the action on the biggest game days of the year. Whether you're one of 65,000 fans at Allegiant Stadium or you're streaming the game at home with Cox Fiber from the company with America's fastest download speeds. Whenever it matters most, Cox keeps you connected. Limited availability in select areas. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data. Fixed median download speeds. US Q3 2023.
$1240 KFH.
All right, Max.
So loud.
It is time to play the game. What'd you say there?
So loud. The volume is so loud.
Well, turn it down.
I can't.
There's literally a lever
It doesn't.
3 feet from you.
It controls everybody's headset.
Wrong.
We've tried that before.
What's the game?
I'm going to continue the theme of last week.
Can't stand it.
AI bands this week, and then I'll do it next week, and that'll be it. This is AI descriptions of television shows. I put
Did
in.
you happen to watch any of the Emmys last night?
I didn't even know the Emmys were on last night until someone put it on Twitter that somebody won.
What's the kid's name? Anderson?
Who?
The host of the show.
Anthony Anderson?
And he had his mother in the audience kind of doing her thing with time limits for the speakers. It was outstanding.
I'm glad
And
you enjoyed
they
it.
had and you know I love nostalgia. So they had Carol Burnett there. I hadn't seen Joan Collins in years and years. She was there. She's 90 years old. They had most of the cast from Cheers, Ally McBeal, and my favorite was when Rob Reiner and Sally Struthers came out, of course, as part of the All in the Family tribute. It was fantastic. I'm going to watch it again. All right, go
Good.
ahead.
You'll probably get all these. I said I prompted it for the 1970s, but some of these are not from the 1970s. I believe most of them are. Time-traveling family faces prehistoric dangers in comedic adventures.
Lost in Space.
Prehistoric.
Fred Flintstone.
There you go. The Flintstones is the correct answer.
Well, that show was around before the 70s.
But it was in the 70s.
Yeah, but I watched it as a kid.
You did?
Sure.
Charismatic detective solves crimes with wit
Columbo.
in California locales.
Wit in California locale.
Yeah.
Barnaby Jones.
The show has had a resurrection. I don't know if it's still on. I think it's not still on, but it has.
Give me another hint.
I think it was Tom Selleck.
Magnum PI.
There you go. Army camaraderie
MASH.
navigates Vietnam War trauma through humor and bonds.
MASH.
Yes.
That's so easy. It's embarrassing.
Who cares, Max? I don't care what.
He's using AI. It's artificial intelligence. Or did you write that?
I didn't write it.
Well, then what'd you say to our AI?
I need 10-word descriptions or less of 2019.
And it gave you the Vietnam War?
That's what it says.
Come on, man. Next.
Eccentric detective unravels mysteries with peculiar habits and sharp intellect.
Columbo.
Correct. Intergalactic crew embarks on
Star
futuristic
Trek.
space adventures and epic odyssey.
These are ridiculously easy.
Most of them are, but let's see if you
Why'd you do it?
Why not?
I don't know.
I'm doing movies next week, and then we'll have an end to this theme. Small town family grapples with life, love, and comedic mishaps.
Well, that could be any number of shows. Andy Griffith's show.
Come on.
Give me a hint.
They said goodnight to each other.
Good night. Who? Give me a hint of the one.
Good night, John Boy.
Who?
Good night,
the
John
Waltons.
Boy.
I did not watch the Waltons very often, which is one of those things. Nor did I watch MASH. There's some holes in my resume.
Unforgivable that you didn't.
There
watch
are
MASH.
holes in my resume.
Yes, huge. I didn't watch MASH either. Spirited bar owner and patron share
Cheers.
laughs and life stories. Cunning duo fights crime with suave gadgets and daring escapades.
Moonlighting.
Cunning crime duo.
Cagney and what?
Who fought crime?
Everybody, every show.
But who was a duo that did it? And
I just gave you.
And the duo, Cagney and Lacey, no, come on.
I just gave you some.
Suave gadgets.
Batman.
Batman. Cunning duo? I guess
Max,
Batman and
stay
Robin.
out of this.
The show.
Give me a hint of one of the stars.
I have no idea.
First letter of the first name for one of the stars.
Don't know.
You don't even know the star.
Don't know who is
First
in
letter of the show.
S. S and H.
Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
By the way, we recently lost David Soul.
Played Hutch.
Yeah, and was fantastic.
Who played Starsky?
Paul Michael Glazer.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd question me on that.
I'm not questioning you. I asked you.
Next.
Southern family humorously navigates societal changes with warmth.
Petticoat Junction.
Southern family.
Dallas.
Just a good old boy. Never meaning no harm.
Give me the first letter of the.
They had a car. They had Daisy.
Oh yeah, Dukes of Hazzard. Another show I didn't watch except to see Catherine Bach.
Daisy.
By the way, if my wife's listening, that's a joke.
No, it's not. Alien adapts to Earth life with comedic
Elf.
misunderstandings.
Mork and Mindy.
And escapades. Correct. Elf. Alf.
Elf.
Dynamic trio fights injustice with gadgets, martial arts, and style.
Charlie's Angels.
Yes. Multi-generational family drama unfolds against historical events.
Little House on the Prairie.
Crime-solving priest.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
Wow. I'm impressed with myself. We're going to be done with this in a minute and a half. You got to come. You got to come.
Several more.
Go.
Crime-solving priest, divine intuition unravels quirky mysteries.
What was it like? Tom Bosley. What's the name of it?
Father blank mysteries. Who was that father?
Father, I can't remember.
Father Dowling.
There you go. Was Tom Bosley the star?
Sure.
I believe so. Do you know Tom Bosley?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What's he most famous for?
Some of those commercials.
No. What's he most famous for?
Bosley Super
Happy
Tires.
Days.
Bosley
Mr.
Tire and
Cunningham. Name several of the cast members of Happy Days.
Ron Howard.
Anson Williams,
who-
Donnie Most,
Fonzie was Henry Winkler. Yeah.
Aaron something.
Yeah, no doubt.
Next, Aaron Moran, and I can't remember the mother's name.
Witty war veteran opens detective agency solving cases with charm.
Rockford Files.
Yes. Ensemble cast weaves tales of love, heartbreak, and everyday struggles.
Just the dumbest description I've ever heard. Ensemble cast.
Yeah, big ensemble.
Love American Style.
You've got the first word
Love.
right.
Love Boat.
There you go. Comedic exploration of urban life through diverse neighbors' antics.
Huh?
Comedic exploration of urban life through diverse neighbors' antics.
Good Times.
Come on, man.
The Jeffersons.
No.
Prince of Bel Air.
No.
What is it?
All in the Family.
What? Read that again. That has nothing to do with All in the Family.
Comedic exploration of urban life through diverse neighbors' antics.
Diverse. That you know what? I've watched All in the Family. I watched it when I was growing up, of course. And every Sunday we record 4 episodes that are on MeTV.
That's sad, but
And
yeah,
we watch them.
of course.
And we are so impressed with the acting ability of the 4 men. What are you grinning about?
It's just I just enjoy this.
It's just starting to, as I just put on Twitter, and I'm going to read this verbatim.
You are?
Yes.
What's that Eagles picture?
When I listen to myself rant on radio, I sometimes wonder if I'm losing it. But I will continue to believe I'm not because I need the money. Now,
That's good.
the question becomes to you, am I losing it?
No.
Am I different on this show now than I was 2
No,
years
you're the
ago?
exact same. There's been no evolution.
What do you mean evolution? How do you evolve from, you're pretty good. How do you
You're still talking about stuff from the 60s, and that's great.
do people enjoy that?
I don't know.
Do you enjoy
I
it?
don't know.
You just grinned.
It's because it's entertaining.
Well, if I talk about it and it's entertaining, how can it not be valuable?
Can we continue?
No, I want to get. I'm talking about this right now.
Okay.
You know, I'm very cognizant of when it's time. But I was encouraged last night. Here's Carol Burnett coming out and telling jokes. It was.
Yeah, some people keep it. Some people lose it.
What am I? Which
Some
camp,
people never had it to begin
which
with.
camp do I fall into of those 3?
One of them.
No, I want your honest opinion. Which camp do I?
You think Carol Burnett is this desperate? Oh, am I still funny? Should I
You know
go
what?
on the Emmys? Do I belong?
In her private moments with her people, she probably is.
Maybe. But there also has to be some level of I'm Carol freaking Burnett, one of the biggest stars in television history. And you're darn right I'm going to go on the Emmys, and I'm going to crush it.
And she did.
Yeah,
And she got a standing ovation.
as she should.
All right, next.
Time-traveling doctor's adventures span across time and space, captivating viewers.
Lost in Space.
You want to...
What is it?
it's a doctor.
A time-traveling doctor. I have no idea. Dr. Kildare.
Doctor Who. Doctor Who.
Dr. Kildare. Dr. Zhivago.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Yes.
Never watched that show.
I said it 4 times, and you kept...
All right, time for a break.
How about this one?
One more.
Small-town sheriff navigates challenges and mysteries in close-knit community.
The Andy Griffith Show.
Yep.
Steve Eck joins us, the boys basketball coach. Cape and Mount Carmel, they are on the road tonight to face Heights. A battle of unbeatens in the City League. Coach Eck, hello, welcome.
How you doing, Bob?
I'm doing well. This ought to be a heck of a basketball game tonight at Heights. They are obviously very good. So are you. What are your thoughts? What do you need to do to go into Heights and get this one?
Well, we need to hope that they're off a little bit and we play as well as we can. They're a very, very good basketball team.
Do you like having this game at the end of kind of that first cycle? Obviously, it'll be at the end of the second cycle too. But having 8 games under your belt already, does that help you in a game like this?
I don't think it helps or hurt us. My first year I was here, we played in the first league game and we beat them. And it doesn't matter. I mean, Heights is Heights, so whenever you have to play them, you have to play them.
Talking with Steve Eck. So I may have asked you this before. I'm not sure. We've had a lot of conversations in our lifetimes. We were talking earlier in the show about what's that?
Yes, we have.
We were talking earlier in the show about your all-time record here in the City League, now 279 wins, 19 losses. Your time at South and Capon. You went away after 10 years at South. You coached junior college basketball. You spent a little time at UMKC. You accumulated a lot more wins at that level. Do you ever wonder what I know what you're going to say to this, so it's almost a waste of breath. Do you ever wonder what might have been had you stayed in the City League all these years?
No, I really haven't wondered what it'd be like. I enjoyed my time in the City League. I enjoyed my time at South. I really enjoyed it a lot. But I've really never got into thinking about it, though. I mean, I went to junior college for 25 years, and I turned 65 and decided it was time to retire from college. All the road trips.
I knew that would be your answer, but I still had to ask, and I appreciate your answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've beaten Heights 3 out of 4 times since you've become coach. Is there a formula to that? Is that just dumb luck, or why has there been some level of success? Again, small sample. I get it too.
Well, we won and played them 4 times. I mean, Heights is a really good team. They're very talented, and so for us to beat them, it's gonna we have it all luck fall our way. But yeah, that's. I mean, it's just luck. I mean, we just have to go out there and play as hard as we can and see what happens, because the Heights is loaded with talent.
Steve Eck with us. What do you like about this particular team that you have at Capon this year? What are the strengths of your basketball team that maybe you can use some of these strengths to try to beat a very good Heights team tonight?
Well, we get along very well. Get along real well together. We've been shooting the ball pretty well, but then again, you go against Heights and they have all that length. Sometimes that affects your shot, so we're going to have to, take better shots tonight. But most of this year, we're shooting the ball better. Like I said, against a long team like Heights, you got to pick your times, pick your shots.
Just to build off my dad's earlier question about had you stayed in the City League, when you got into coaching, was there a dream job that you had? Was there something that you felt like was a goal particularly? You've won everywhere. I'm sure you probably could have coached just about anywhere in your life. So was there one when you were a younger coach that you wanted to attain?
No, there never was a dream job for me. I never looked at it that way. I got into teaching. I wanted to teach. Coaching was a side part of it, but I wanted to teach, and that's what I really enjoyed doing, was teaching. I majored in history at Newman University. But as far as coaching basketball, I never really had a dream job as far as that goes.
Well, now, wait a minute. I thought Hutch Community College was kind of your dream job growing up in Haven.
Everybody thought
I'm going to
that.
call you out on that one, Coach Eck.
Okay, well, everybody thought the same thing you did, but it wasn't my dream job. If it was, I'd still be there. But no, I've never had. I just go where God puts me. I mean, it sounds bad. I mean, it sounds cliche, but that's true. I mean, I go with my heart.
Well, I'm going to go back and check my notes on that one, if you don't mind.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead and do that.
So I want to ask you about your athletic career before you got into coaching, high school. What kind of a player were you? I've been asked to ask you, did you shoot free throws underhanded? When you played, what kind of an athlete were you when you were in high school at Haven?
Well, I mean, I was very quick feet, quick hands. I could shoot it. I loved we had a big man that we could pass the ball into. Had some good guards around us. But I just like basketball. I just like to compete. I was quick. I could shoot it. I can pass it, but I had some other guys on the team that could do the same thing. So it was enjoyable.
How many points did you average your senior year, and who was your coach?
My coach was Neil Hayes. Now lives in Tonks, Loxley, but Coach Hayes is my high school coach. As far as points, I think it was 13 point something. Doug Both, our post man, averaged 15. The guy averaged 13 something. And Linda Meadows, my other guard, averaged 13. So they're pretty balanced.
And then I guess I'd ask you beyond that. You mentioned your high school coach at Haven. Is he mainly responsible for your desire to get into coaching, or who inspired you to become a coach?
Coach Hayes did, but also a guy named Rex McMurray. He played at Wichita State back in the late 50s. Coach McMurray was my middle school, grade school coach. Also our summer league recreation director that we spent every day with. I gotta say Rex McMurray was deep down the reason I wanted to always coach, because he was with us all during the summer. We had rec department. We played croquet, ping pong, horseshoes, archery, trampoline, all those things during the summer for the recreation department.
That's something about you I didn't know, your connection with Rex McMurray. I should have done a story on that back in the 80s. That would have been a very good story to do. I dropped the ball. My apologies, Steve.
That's all right. Coach McMurray was a great guy.
Where do you feel like you grew the most as a coach, or you learned the most? I know it's all relative because you were at some places a little bit longer, but where was that stop that you felt like you kind of grew the most professionally?
Well, my first stop was at Jardine Junior High, back when we had junior highs. And I grew a lot there because I coached against some very good coaches. Coaches that have been in the junior high system for years. Most of them have passed away now, but Don Davison was a coach along with me. He was my other teacher in the phys ed department, Don Davison at Jardine. He helped me quite a bit. And then at Wichita South, Dick Shoemaker was my mentor. And Coach Shoemaker really, really helped me a bunch. And that's probably where I grew the most.
Well, good stuff. This is going to be a whale of a game tonight out at Heights. Cape and Mount Carmel undefeated, as well as Heights. Both, I believe, are you ranked number 1 in 5A at the moment?
No, May South put together a pretty good team.
Yeah, they're pretty good. So you're number 2, Wichita Heights number 1 in Class 6A. Very good ball game tonight. Coach Eck, we always appreciate your time. Thanks for being on with us.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thanks.
All right. Steve Eck. I used to go back and forth with him in kind of a, rapid-fire banter.
Yeah.
I don't talk to Coach Eck as much as I used to, so that has kind of been lost in translation.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. There was a time when I was working at the paper, and in his early years at South, where I talked to him virtually and during basketball season every day because his teams were so good that I wrote a lot about South High.
Had to document that.
Yeah, I mean he went to the state tournament his first year. That was the year Wichita North won up in
87.
Lawrence, up at Allen Fieldhouse. And after that, all bets were off. South was off and running. 6 state titles in Coach X's 10 years there. Still looking for his first at Capon, so we'll see.
Did he make the state tournament every year? Can you tell me who beat them to knock them out in any particular?
The one I know of is Shawnee Mission South. Greg Gurley, currently the color analyst for KU basketball radio, made a half-court shot to beat him in the championship game.
Crazy.
I've never seen a celebration like that in high school basketball. It was something to see. Otherwise, where did they lose? I can't remember.
Yeah, I wouldn't probably be able to remember that either.
But I do remember that one because of the enormity of the moment and Greg Gurley making that shot.
Yes.
All right, we have come to the end. It is a Tuesday. We will be back tomorrow when it will be Wednesday. Addie Brown, standout player at Iowa State, formerly of Derby. She'll join us, as will Mike Furchess. It'll be yours truly and Jason Duda tomorrow. We'll see you then.
How powerful is Cox Fiber? Powerful enough to keep fans across the country in the action on the biggest game days of the year. Whether you're one of 65,000 fans at Allegiant Stadium or you're streaming the game at home with Cox Fiber from the company with America's fastest download speeds. Whenever it matters most, Cox keeps you connected. Limited availability in select areas. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data. Fixed median download speeds US Q3 2023.